Some residents in Plymouth are speaking out against a council member who used the term Wuhan flu to refer to COVID-19 at a council meeting back in November.
Mr. Prom, you said the Wuhan flu several times in the November meeting. It was the first time that I have really felt that Asian households were intentionally disrespected here in Plymouth.
The least one can do is treat your fellow Plymouth residents with decency and respect. Please stop weaponizing this virus.
Census numbers say almost 10% of Plymouth identifies as Asian. We went back to listen to the original November 23rd meeting where Prom spoke about his family's experience with COVID-19.
The point I want to make about my experience is one of compassion. Those of us who have suffered and survived the Wuhan flu need to be compassionate for those who have not.
Council members generally do not respond to matters raised in public forum, but Council member Jim Prom did at this week's meeting. While he did not issue an apology, he did offer to meet with people to talk about the issue.
The point I was trying to make that night is it was a terrible virus, and that if you're serious about protecting yourself, you should use an N95 mask like Mike Osterholm said. And these people came in tonight to call me saying that I said racist things, and I didn't. I was trying to get to the people who are actually concerned about this awful virus.
Several people also spoke in public forum to support the city's diversity, equity, and inclusion manager position. The city is currently hiring for that role. A chocolate shop owned by a Robbinsdale couple may have to change its phone number after being victimized by an online scam. As Delane Cleveland reports, experts say Dancing Bear chocolate has limited options.
One of the options for Easter is our milk chocolate bunny, handmade by us right here at Dancing Bear Chocolate.
Easter Sunday may be more than a month away.
Also, our peanut butter filled Easter egg.
Yet when you're in the chocolate business, it's never too early to prepare. Dancing Bear Chocolate in Minneapolis is a relatively new business that's still working to build a customer base. But over the last month, they haven't been able to utilize one of their most important tools: their telephone.
We don't answer our phone anymore. We're not able to. The phone calls come in day and night. So we've just basically turned off our phone.
The calls are coming from people who've been victimized by a fraudulent website selling discounted shoes.
We're currently getting about 40 to 50 calls a day.
When people search Google for on-cloud shoes, the ad for the fake website pops up. Dancing Bear's phone number is attached to it.
Hello, you've reached Dancing Bear Chocolate in Minneapolis. Unfortunately, our phone number has been used on an online scam for on-cloud shoes.
The whole ordeal has been frustrating.
We've spent 5 years building our business on honesty, trust, and delivering an incredible product. And for somebody to even come close to tarnishing our name is disheartening.
We contacted the Minnesota Attorney General's office, and they said that Dancing Bear doesn't have a lot of options. They can contact Google, they can contact the company hosting the website, or they could go through the drastic measure of changing their phone number.
The last resort is to change our phone number. And for a small business, that's a big deal.
It's a big deal because the number is on all of their merchandise and other forms of communication. So for now, they're asking people to email them. But ultimately, they just want their phone number back.
That initial contact with a customer is via a phone.
In Minneapolis, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
A new business concept is coming to Plymouth that's not only unique to the Twin Cities, it's a concept hard to find across the U.S. A concept that's part indoor playground for dogs, part restaurant is preparing to open in an industrial area on Fernbrook Lane. It's called Brew Park. The business is proposing a 5,000 square foot indoor playground for dogs. It also plans to serve upscale bar food, beer, and wine. The business will also provide veterinary, boarding, and grooming services. Brew Park plans to open in June. Wednesdays are a big deal at Neill Elementary. It's the day third graders get to work on science projects with students from the Breck School. Jason Malello explains more in today's School Spotlight.
Third graders at Neill Elementary love Wednesdays.
Our Breck buddies are going to be coming after lunch.
Because they get to work on science experiments with high schoolers from Breck.
We're doing science, and we're just gonna make a roller coaster, a drinking straw roller coaster.
The collaboration started in 2017.
We had one high school kid with 4 or 5 or 6 third graders, and it was a little bit overwhelming.
But interest quickly grew.
I like taking a break out of my normal week and my normal classes to come hang out with kids, and I like science.
And now about 40 Breck students are involved.
You have these really tall high schoolers that are sitting in our little teeny tiny elementary chairs or around on the floor, and everybody is just so engaged.
Breck students and teachers plan the activities.
Something that we can bring in and take out without making too big of a mess.
And provide all the materials.
They do a lot of hands-on science with our students.
They can really talk through their ideas and figure out what it is they want to build and how they want to build it.
Neill third graders get one-on-one attention.
Is it lighting up? It is! Yeah.
That can often be hard to come by during a regular school day.
They are so passionate about everything, I feel like, and they have so much energy.
But the elementary kids aren't the only ones who benefit.
We love that. Thank you, Mackie. Okay.
Breck students leave with a smile too.
One of the most gratifying things I do at Breck is come here, bring these lessons, and interact and watch our high school kids interact with the third graders.
For the School Spotlight, Jason Malillo, CCX News.
And we'll be right back with more news and sports.
It's playoff time in boys basketball. District rivals Cooper and Armstrong met up in the quarterfinals of the Section 6 4A tournament.
Big crowd on hand at Cooper to watch these district rivals battle it out in the opening game of the playoffs. The Falcons' Peyton Newbern steps in for a steal and gets the breakaway dunk to put Armstrong ahead 4-0. Jamez Garner drives down the lane and dishes the ball to an open Peyton Mulgari for the flush. The Falcons lead by 7. Cooper's Prince Apia takes it to the rack and scores 2 of his 9 points. The Hawks are down 4. It's a 7-point game at halftime. Bull Powell's team keeping it close. Davian Evans with a step-back jumper on the baseline. He leads Cooper with 17 points. Hawks down by 4. Then Sam Massaquoi hits a long 2-pointer. And Cooper pulls to within a point, 42-41. They can never pull ahead. Newbern takes this one all the way to the basket and scores. Part of an 11-0 scoring run for the Falcons, and they lead by 12. Owen Scram hits a couple of big 3-pointers late in the game to seal the win. Armstrong beats Cooper 70-60. The Falcons play at top-seeded Wayzata Friday night in the semifinals.
Maple Grove is the top seed in Section 5 of Class 4A girls basketball. They met a conference foe in the section semifinals.
Third meeting of the season between Champlin Park and Maple Grove. The Crimson looking for a clean sweep. Audrey Corman goes through the lane and lays a shot off the glass and in for an early 9-4 Crimson lead. The Rebels' Nicole Lillard picks up a loose ball on the wing, drives in and scores. 9 first-half points for the junior. Jordan Odie takes the ball from out high and goes all the way to the basket. The freshman scores 12 points on the night. Crimson lead by 9. They're up 6 at halftime. Second half, the Rebels' Michaela Counts drives and scoops the shot in. 8 points in the second half for the senior guard. But the Rebels can never take the lead in the second half. Kyle Overski hits a big 3 to extend Maple Grove's lead to 6. Emma Cans scores off the Kennedy Click pass here. Cans with a season-high 14 points as Maple Grove goes on to eliminate Champlin Park 52-40. The Crimson face Roseville for the Section 5 4A title Thursday night at Anoka High School.
The Maple Grove boys hockey team is in the state tournament for the 3rd straight season and 5th time overall. Jay Wilcox has more on the Crimson.
A strong performance in a 4-2 win over Rogers in the Section 5 AA final has the Maple Grove boys hockey team back in a now familiar spot, the state tournament.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. It's been a long season, but we faced a lot of adversity, and we've worked hard every day in practice, and it was cool to see it pay off.
It never gets old, no matter how many times you go, and fortunate certainly to be in this situation. Hats off to the great coaches in the community that make this easy, and And, you know, a lot of hard work that goes into certainly.
Maple Grove's quarterfinal foe is Edina, the team they faced in the season opener at the Turkey Trot Tournament. Edina rallied past the Crimson for an overtime win in that one, but a lot has changed since then.
We still have kind of a bad taste in our mouth about that game because we had a kind of a rough loss in that one. So I think it'll be good to get another game against them. It was a long time ago. Both teams are very different. They're definitely a good team, and we're going to have to bring our A game, but it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Maple Grove is the 3rd seed for the AA tournament. Seeding was not easy this year, as just about every team in the field has a legitimate shot.
Yeah, I think it's the kind of year where anybody can really beat anybody. It'll be interesting to see what happens for sure.
They're peaking at the right time, and Maple Grove is hoping for a great tournament run. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.